Hey everybody, it's Jimmy and Bill. So today's video is about 10, I'm estimating we'll probably be around 10 reasons why people feel uneasy about buying a home. There's a lot of reasons people feel uneasy, but there's people out there that say, hey, I want to buy a home, but should I or should I not? And it's a tough decision, and each person has their own circumstances, but we're going to go over the most 10 common reasons why people feel uneasy about buying a house right now. If you like this kind of content, do me a favor, subscribe, hit the bell notification, give this video a thumb up if you like it at the end. So here we go.
All right, so first on our list is high home prices.
True.
We've over the last couple of years, we saw a huge increase, out of the norm for equity gains in home prices, due to supply and demand. So, people are a little hesitant that because we rose so fast, they started seeing some things come down, that the market is going to crash. So it's making people a little bit uneasy in that respect.
Right, and because the prices, like, people can't, from what I see, people can't even find a starter home at a reasonable price right now.
Yeah, it's tough. So just if you're trying to get, quote unquote, a starter home, or, something in the $300,000 range, and up, it's extremely competitive right now. And it's hard to find. And there's only little pockets, around the counties to do that. And I'm sure it's the same all over the country. And, the price point might be a little different for your starter based off of your area, but at the end of the day, I think it's pretty, considered norm across the board.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's so true. Like, not for nothing, but not that long ago, I'm not talking about last month or last year, but not that long ago, there was a couple of towns right near where I live, and you could buy a house for $120,000.
Right.
You know? So it's, those days are over with.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few, caveats to that. You can kind of dive into, townhouses and some condos. Like I even know, like here in Tarpon Springs, just running numbers for the last 6 months, there were a few sales, albeit not a ton. There was 50 or 60 sales that were in the, upper 100s and lower 200 range.
Yeah, but,
they're pretty much gone.
But people are hesitant right now because they're like, what if I buy now and the prices drop?
Okay, so let's hit that. That's a great, and it's a valid concern. So what if you buy right now and the prices do drop? Well, is it really going to affect you? It's only going to affect you if you
want to sell it.
But you didn't buy a house, hopefully, just to live in it for 6 months, a year, 2 years. All
right, so basically, if you're buying it and you think you're going to flip it because you want to make money really fast, that may not happen.
It's probably not the best avenue to go down right now to make money.
Right, okay. So the first reason for hesitation is people are worried about the prices and if they're going to drop.
Yep.
All right, let's go on to number 2. So basically, let me jump off of that one that you just talked about. So they're worried about prices going down. Now, say there is an affordable house and it's $230,000, $250,000. I'm talking about this area. Your areas might be different, but just consider it, okay?
Right.
Now, even though the market is adjusting and because of lack of inventory and that price point, there's a lot of competition.
There is. So you're hitting twofold. You're that price point, there's a lot of competition because, that's kind of hitting that sweet spot for investors when they do come out of the woodwork.
Right.
It's the sweet spot for people getting into the market as well. Whether it be a starter home, what have you, or it's just, and it's the affordability index is what it boils down to. How much money we're making and what people can afford because of the increase in home prices.
Right, so basically that's what I mean.
Yeah.
If it's $1 million house or $800,000 house, chances are you're not gonna have competition.
Right, and for us here, we're seeing at that, at that average price point there, we're starting to see some multiple offers,
Right.
They may be a little low, but it's still a multiple offer is multiple offer, and that changes the dynamic of the negotiation process.
Right, okay. So number 2 is competition on reasonably priced homes. So let's go on to number 3. All right, Bill, What? Give me a number 3 why people are hesitant to buy a house right now.
Interest rates. I mean, that's the hot topic. Interest rates are up compared to what they were the last couple of years. So it's really causing people to pump the brakes a little bit, both buyers and sellers. You know, it's not just one side, it's on both sides.
Well, it's true, because basically the people with 3% rates don't want to sell their houses.
Right.
And sometimes now with 7, 8% rates, depending on how your credit is and your situation, it just might not be affordable.
Right. So here's kind of how this all sums up, because, you know, a 7% interest rate is not insane. We got used to 1, 2, 3% interest rates for years, and we forgot what the market was the previous 10 years before the market interest rates took a nosedive,
right?
You know, in the positive direction. But that was average 5.5%, 6.5%, 7%. You know, depending all of it obviously based off of, you know, creditworthiness, etc., and what you're buying. But that wasn't insane to have an interest rate like that, and we just have to adjust and get used to it. Where things dramatically change and are kind of keeping things a little more turbulent is we went back to a more normal, a little on the high end of normal, but we're on the normal side.
People got spoiled.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People got spoiled, but we're on the high end of normal. Mm-hmm. But the home prices went up. The values went up along with it. So that's where, until everything kind of starts to normalize.
I mean, depending on where you are in the country, some values went up 40, 50%.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right, and that's not that's not artificial, that's not fake. You know, that is where the values went. Supply and demand.
All right, let's go on to number 4. All right, number 4. What's a good one for number 4? Economy. So basically, job. People are worried about job security. People are worried about inflation. Mm-hmm. They're just afraid if they get into I mean, what's the average mortgage now? It's like $2,500 a month.
Right, and that's...
You know, so that's a lot of money. You know, it's like, you go on cruises for that much money, you know?
Right.
So it's like, all right, if I lose my job, I can't pay my mortgage. You know, it wasn't like back in the days when, you know, mortgage payments were under $1,000, you know?
Right.
Because now you have the mortgage, you have the taxes, and you have the insurance. And now that values went up, what happens to the taxes?
Taxes go up.
Taxes go up because the values went up.
Right, your insurable value is up higher now, so your insurance is going to go, you know, it's another reason insurance is going up, is because your insurable value went up.
So my number 4 is economic situation.
Yep.
So you agree with that one?
I do. Yeah, that's a tough one, you know, and you've definitely got to look at that, and, you know, job stability, your ability to make some extra cash on the side, you know, until the inflation comes down, because as we know, everything is through the roof right now.
Yeah, so people are just uncertain, that they feel uneasy about buying a house because they're not sure if they're going to even have a job. All right, so let's go on to number 5.
All right, so maintenance costs.
Okay.
You know, you got to take that into consideration, and, you know, your roof, your air conditioner. I'm not talking pressure washing and stuff. I'm saying, you know, your roof, the big stuff, and the air conditioner. Those are things that you have to plan for. So you're going to have to put a little bit of extra money away, or else if you don't put a little extra money away today, you could take a loan out for it, but then you're paying interest, and you're paying, you know, it's an unexpected. Because when it breaks, and it's never going to break at the most convenient time.
So you're basically saying that people are uneasy because the house they're potentially buying could need some work, and that's making them uneasy if they could afford it or not.
Right. So it's like if you're renting, whether it be an apartment, a house, condo, whatever the case is, you're renting. That's the landlord's responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, if that AC goes out, they got to fix it. Now, they can't change your rent that year, but your renewal might be a little higher to take that into consideration.
They don't want to be a landlord to lose money.
Right, they're there to make money. So remember that when you're renting, you know, yes, people that rent, there's arguments on both sides that owning a home is not the smartest idea, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. It's not what we're talking about today, but, you know, they're there. Trust me, the rentals that I list, for my clients, they've built in the maintenance costs every month, their insurance, their taxes, everything is built into that plus profit.
So at the end of the day, you're always paying more than they're paying out.
Yep.
That's true.
Absolutely.
All right, so what do we have? Number 6?
Yeah.
All right, let me think of one for number 6. All right, so here's one for 6. Down payment. So people have, say they have 60, 80, $100,000 in the bank. Now they're comfortable. They're going out to dinner, they're relaxing, they know they have a little cushion nest egg. Okay, I'm not saying that inflation's not eating that up every day, but it is what it is. But now they're going to go buy this house. Now they got to put down $80,000 out of that 100,000 on the down payment on the house. Plus you got closing costs and other fees. So now people are getting hesitant, say, so I'm going to go by having 100,000 in the bank to now having practically nothing once I close on this house. So I'm hesitant. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, I get it. It's hard. No matter what, even if you're like gung-ho and you're ready to buy and it's great, trust me, it's really hard to write that check.
Yeah.
No matter how much you want that house, when you go to write that check and you see all those zeros go to 0,
yeah,
it's tough, you know, and even though it's the right thing to do, you know, for your situation, but it is, you know, it happens. You know, and then just trying to save for that down payment can be difficult as well, you know, over time. And like I said, everything's more expensive, so you're maybe pulling a little bit out of that savings account.
See, that's the whole thing. It even happened to me, not even on a house, but on a car. Like, I'm looking for a truck for work, for a service vehicle, and they're giving me the interest rates which on a car, which is ridiculous. So I said, okay, I could just write a check, bite the bullet, and just, you know, I'm lucky I saved enough that I could do that, but it's still difficult to write it because all that money's gone out of the account.
Gone, you know, and there's a school of thought of, you know, you make that payment, yes, you're paying interest, but, you know, you're making that payment, but you still have some liquid assets, you know, in the event of a rainy day.
Right, but at the same time, I don't want to pay the rates that they want today.
It's a catch-22. How fast are you going to pay it off? So yeah, that's an interesting argument, and I'm kind of more along the lines that you are with if you can do it, do it.
All right, give me number 7.
Number 7 would be student loans.
Oh yeah, that's kicking in now.
Yep, so that's getting ready to start. Student loans,
yeah, they can't defer it anymore.
Yeah, no more deferments, or very limited deferments at least. Can't say no more. Nothing's ever definitive.
So they went for a few years with no student loans. They're like, all right, so I'm going to be taking on a mortgage payment,
right? And
my student loans are kicking in.
Right. So no more pushing that rock down the road. You can't keep kicking the can. So that's going to be something, you know, depending on how much you borrowed, whether it's just for books, you know, education is expensive, you know, and hopefully you've got a good solid job, and, you know, you were planning on having that money.
Yeah, I wonder if they were paying interest the whole time that they weren't paying. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I would imagine nothing's for free.
Yeah.
So I imagine you're paying some sort of interest.
Hey, if anybody knows that answer, if the deferment on the student loans was interest-free, do me a favor, comment below, because I have no idea and I'm curious.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
All right, so we're up to number 8.
Number 8.
All right, Bill, well, I think of one. You have one?
We kind of already touched on this a little bit,
but
maybe we'll elaborate on it. You know, is the market volatility. I think it's worthwhile, you know, hitting that one in a little bit more in depth. I get it. Everybody wants a deal, right? So the market's up, the market's down. There's never been so much interest in our market, you know, in real estate, as there has been over the last several years. Meaning everybody's watching it like a hawk. And, you know, these micro flexes up and down, you know, oh, I saw it go up. Oh my God, the market's going to crash now, you know, and everybody's making a video about things and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the
because
news media is hitting it to grab.
Yeah, because they get clicks and they get video watches.
So this is normal. You know, we have these little waves. We have these ripples. What we don't want to see are these giant ups and the giant downs.
So it's making people hesitant watching these videos and everything. So that's hesitant on pulling the trigger on buying a house.
And if And a lot of those, you know, a lot of the videos that I see come around, and I know you have and stuff, you know, a lot of those people, they're talking from a different perspective. You know, they're more worried about, you know, investors. They're looking at it as an investment as an investor, not as an investment as a homeowner. There's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
You know, and if you're going to live in your home, it's never a good idea to time the market. And why I say this, like even now, home prices, the interest rates went up, but home prices are still continuing to increase in our area specifically.
Right.
So when you're watching the news media or you're watching that YouTuber or wherever you're consuming, right? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What's their reference point? Where are they talking? Are they talking national or are they talking local?
Yeah, each local market is different. So basically, people are hesitant because they just don't know what's going to happen.
Right, and they think that, you know, we're going to have a 2008 again, and I'm going to be able to come in and scoop up a $700,000 house for $150,000.
I mean, we did the video on why this is not the crash of 2008 again, and basically well, I'll touch on it real quick. 2008 was because anybody with a heartbeat could get a mortgage, pretty much. Right. That's not the case this time.
Now.
It's not the case. All right, so that's that one. So now let's go on to number 9. All right, I'll take care of this one. So basically, lifestyle change. Maybe people are hesitant because they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get transferred. Oh, I work remotely at home, and you know, my company's gonna call me in, or my company's not doing that well, you know, so it's just, or I'm used to my lifestyle, you know. I'm paying rent, and I know that my rent is, you know, X amount of dollars. You know, now I'm going to buy a house, and then if the refrigerator breaks, or this breaks, or that breaks. So I think it's like, I'd say it's like lifestyle. Maybe, you know, that people are hesitant to buy a house because they don't want their lifestyle of their living to change. Right. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a change.
Yeah, and some people don't like changes.
Some people don't like change. That kind of, you know, and I get that. That's a lot of moving parts, which actually kind of leads us into number 10, which is change.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes too much is too much. Too much good is bad. Too much bad is bad. You know, and with everything that's going on, you know, which way do you go? You're getting pulled in 5 different directions. You know, the inflation's up. Don't know where things are going to go there. Home prices are up. Insurance is up. Everything is up. Some things are down. You know, you got a lot of moving parts going on, and sometimes that just weighs down on you. And it's kind of like having a project with like 15 things that you're trying to get done. Just pick one and just check it off the box and move forward. That's the best thing I can offer.
So that's a good change.
You know, and it's just too much change at any one given time.
And there's a lot of things to consider, so it makes everybody hesitant. Listen, people are going to make mistakes, but at the end of the day, you need a place to live, and if you and if you feel comfortable, it's really up to you. Everybody's situation is different.
And that's it. That's the biggest thing, is everybody's situation is completely different. So when it's right for you, it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what Jimmy says or anybody else says. When it's right for you, don't let everybody else, don't get clouded by the noise. Just when it's right for you, it's right for you. Just make an educated decision as best as you can.
That's today's video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Bye.